President-elect Obama on Monday. Obama's transition office says the former rivals will discuss ways to work together to make government more effective and efficient. And for more perspective on this Obama transition into the White House, we are joined in Washington by U.S. Congressman Robert Aderholt, a Republican from the state of Alabama. Congressman, good to have you with us again.
Lee, it's good to be with you. Thanks.
President Bush seems to be trying to make this transition of power as smooth as possible. And as we mentioned, John McCain apparently wants to help as well. What's your perspective on that?
Well, I commend the president for his willingness to really roll out the red carpet for President Obama and trying to make this transition as smooth as possible. Of course, as you can remember, back when the President Bush took office, I don't think his transition was quite as easy. But I think the President Bush has learned the importance, especially after September 11th, how it's important during this time that we have a smooth transition of power. It dates all the way back from the time that George Washington was the first president, and instead of becoming king, he decided not to continue on as president. We had Thomas Jefferson that became the second president of the United States. So I think it's very important. I think it speaks well of Bush. I think it speaks well of his administration that they want to work with the Obama team and making sure that we have a country that is safe and sound and we're protected.
Congressman Aderholt, you're not in leadership in the House in terms of the Republican Party, but if you were in the position of John Boehner, the House Minority Leader, what would be your priorities? I mean, if you all seem to go along with the Democrats, your base, the Republican base, is going to be angry. But what do you see as your perspective on this?
Well, my perspective is what the Republicans should do is to reach out to the Democrats and say, we want to work together for a better America. And that doesn't mean that every proposal that the Democrats put forward that we will automatically agree to. It just means that we want to work together. I think if we come with this perspective or this attitude that we're not going to work with the Democrats, I think that would be a mistake on our part. But if we reach out and say, let's try to work together, let's try to find some common ground. But absolutely, if the proposals that are put forth by the Obama administration are inappropriate and not consistent with what's best for America, then we should oppose those wholeheartedly.
Let me ask you, is Reagan conservatism dead in this country?
Well, I don't necessarily think it's dead. Things change over time. Of course, when Ronald Reagan was elected, it was in 1980. So, I mean, you just have different issues that come up. There's issues that we deal with today that Ronald Reagan didn't deal with. And I think if we try to pattern exactly what Ronald Reagan did, I think the principles can be the same. But we'll have new issues. For example, the September the 11th issue was not an issue for Reagan. So there's other issues that we have to deal with and we have to weigh, but I still think the same principles, and that's what the Republican Party's got to get back to. It's got to get back to that basic philosophy: is that government's best which governs least. And I think if we get back to those guiding principles, I think we will find ourselves back into power, because I think that's truly, at the end of the day, what most people believe is the right thing.
Representative Robert Aderholt of Alabama, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Lee. It's good to be with you.
The former